Welcome to Paul Talks About Shakespeare. Tonight's episode titled We Three Kings of Scotland. We're having some very special guests, including Malcolm, King of Scotland, Duncan, King of Scotland, and Macbeth, King of Scotland, and a very special mystery guest. So now, let's give a warm welcome to our host, Paul, who talks about Shakespeare.
I've been waiting to get that monkey off my back. Alright now, tonight we have some really special guests coming up. And Malcolm and Duncan will be joining us in a few moments. But right now, a word from our sponsors.
Watch the Three Witches Cooking Show. Tuesdays at 6. Watch us make recipes, including ingredients like midget go, and fire of the mountain. Baby lizard,
Baby kitty,
king gizzard, and snake from under the bathtub. Tune in once again. Tuesdays at 6.
Alright, now we have some very special guests coming up. Thank you for tuning in after the break. But now we have Malcolm coming in from Scotland. Alright, and Duncan from the depths of hell. Coming in for a special. Alright. So, now my first question would be for Malcolm. And that would be one of the obvious ones, which is, how are you taking the job of being king?
I mean, it's been really great. We've been all collectively as a government, we've been raping a lot of women, burning a lot of buildings and crops, and really polluting the land a lot. And I'm just kidding. We've really reformed the land.
Just wondering there.
Yeah, we've reformed the land. It's been we've been making a lot of progress. It's been great. It's been a great few months.
All right. I mean, not to bring up any scandals, but I talked to your recent employer at the stock holding office before you were king, and he said he sent me actually this copy of your resume. I have it right here. It's just a piece of wood with the word resume scribbled on it with crayon, and you spelled resume with 3 S's. And that may attribute to your tabloid following as one of the dumbest kings Scotland has ever had. What do you have to say to that?
I think it's really a misperception. Education.
3 S's.
Okay. Education wasn't what it is currently when I was a child, so we're really working to improve that so that the younger generation can be a lot better and more correctly educated.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair. And then I think one of our Twitter followers writes in for Duncan, and he says, Duncan is totally hot. If Duncan was my boyfriend, I would do all kinds of things to him. Duncan, what do you have to say to our Twitter follower?
Well, first off, I have to say that I'm dead, so I'm kind of taken at the moment. But I mean, it's kind of hard to see people.
By Satan, is that what you're saying?
We don't like to say that name.
Okay.
But I would say thank you, and I would reciprocate the feelings towards the person.
All right. So we have, I think my next question would be for Malcolm, and our Twitter follower, Johnny D365 writes in, what do you do to your eyebrows to make them look so perfect?
I have plenty of personal stylists and people around the castle that really just make me, dress me, so I look my tip-top shape for interviews and going out in public and speaking, and especially for hangings.
Hangings?
Yeah, burning of witches, those public executions in general, really.
Yeah. Let me tell you, my wife, we go to the hangings every Sunday. There is nothing like a good hanging. by the way.
Spectacular.
Right. But anyways, let's get back onto the subject of Scotland. So, Duncan, how have you seen changes between Malcolm and yourself when you were king to when he is king now?
Well, I mean, I'd like to think that I did a fairly good job as king, but I'd like to think I raised a pretty good one here, and that he's following in my footsteps fairly well.
Thanks. So, well, that is touching. It's really, you don't get the moments like that when you're not on TV. Now, we'll be back with Macbeth and another mystery guest right after the break, so stick around.
Are you tired of being killed by your enemies? Do you find yourself feeling weak and worn out on the battlefield? Do you have the strength of a small weasel, but would prefer that of 1,000 raging stallions? Then it's time for you to try. Never lose limbs again. Win battles with bear. Win battles with ogre. Win battles with mountains, rocks, and trees. Before battle strength, you'll look like this. After battle strength, you'll look like this. Bye.
Alright, we've had a great show so far. If you haven't seen Duncan and Malcolm, why don't you just rewind to that right now? But for now, we have another special guest coming on our show, Macbeth. Thanks for being on the show. Pleasure to have you, Macbeth. Alright, now one of our listeners writes in, they want to know how it felt, because you were a pretty unpopular king. What stresses did that lay on you?
Well, I tended to see a lot of images that came to me in dreams, and I constantly felt like people were on my back, like sort of like a monkey that was constantly chasing me. The stresses were just unbelievable.
Really? Okay, so it sounds to me a little bit like you were losing your mind, and I feel like a lot of the, the subjects thought that. What do you have to say to them right now?
What? No. How did I... No.
Well, I think what people are looking for might be an apology.
Apology for what? I didn't do it. Oh, you mean like the killing of people's families?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing. Nah, I'm good.
You're not, okay.
I
You're
did
telling
that.
me you're
That
not
was
going
me.
to apologize. You killed your best friend.
I didn't even like him.
Okay. So wait. Alright, I guess we can just move to that. What were your thoughts when you had Banquo killed?
Technically, I didn't kill him. But I killed him. So, my thoughts?
Okay.
My thoughts. He was gonna get me eventually anyway, so I figured I'd just oust him first. So, me and some guys got together and we took care of business.
And you don't have any regrets about that?
No.
None at all.
What should I regret? I'm king.
I mean, if I were to kill my best friend, I would have some regrets.
And
but-
you have no friends, so. I'm just
What?
kidding. I'm just alright.
Alright, Macbeth. Alright. What if I were to tell you that Banquo was backstage right now?
That's impossible. He's dead.
Well, it took 6 Ouija boards, but we have with us Banquo from the depths of hell. Have a seat, Banquo.
What are you doing?
Macbeth.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a nice touch, don't you think?
Well, that was awkward. So, we have Banquo here from hell, and so Banquo, you heard everything Macbeth said, right?
I did, yes, I did.
What do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I think it really says something about someone's character that they can just backstab their best friend and not even feel any remorse about it. I mean, and this man is a king. He's the king of Scotland, and this is your man that your role model. I think that says something very strongly.
You just imagine got stabbed in the back.
Macbeth, I was going to ask what your rebuttal is, but clearly you've already given it.
I did.
So, Banquo,
I'm king.
Yes.
do you... Well, I think what I'm really trying to ask is, what are you looking for on the show? Would you like an apology? Would
I mean, a rematch would be perfectly
a
acceptable.
rematch?
A rematch.
Well, we're prepared to do that right now. After this commercial, we're cutting to the battle of Banquo and Macbeth. What do you match?
This week we have Lady Macbeth and Lady Macduff. This is Medieval Mari, and it's gonna get interesting.
Does your stick not clean your floor as well as you want it to?
Try broom!
Broom is built in with tons of special features. With this new handle made of wood and the horsehair making the broom section of the broom. Clean dirt out of your grass. Clean dirt out of your dirt. Clean dirt off of your trees. Buy broom and then kabroom! All the dirt that you want to be gone will then be gone. And act now on this special TV offer and you'll receive Ho! It's a little dirty, but it gets the job done. Now you can get broom and hoe today for 15 payments of $19.95 plus shipping and handling. And you'll have to throw in 2 pigs, 6 goats, and a 6-year lease on your farm. Please purchase broom and call today.
We're back, and unfortunately, there were some men with shirts that had the word Macbeth written on the back, and they removed Banquo from the facility. Alright, well Macbeth, it's been a pleasure having you. So I think we're just going to end it right here, and
It's been a pleasure.
yeah, I'll see you around. Don't come back. Alright folks, we've had some really interesting interviews. I think we've learned a lot about Scotland in general, and I think we can all agree that the transition from Macbeth to Malcolm was a positive one. So thank you so much for watching tonight, and tune in next week for Is He a Lunch Meat or Is He a Murderer? Hamlet Exposed. Thank you so much, guys.